You can create your own sets of letters to look like whatever you want, but that is described in another video demonstration. So I will go back to the lowercase letters here. Now say you only want certain letters to appear, so for example A, B or C, and not the other letters of the alphabet. You can type those letters in this field here, and that means Herbi Writer will only show the letters you type here. Similarly, if a game is playing, only the 3 letters will appear in the game as well. So that helps you to focus on specific letters that the student might be having trouble with. Also, you can change the background shown. If I click the browse button here, I can then say I want a 2-line background rather than a 3-line background. So there we have a 2-line background, and I changed the settings to show the lowercase letters. Similarly, I could say I want shapes to be shown. Now shapes look best on the background grid 96 background, and here we have a diagonal left to right line, and I will put that on random pick. Now a vertical line, and say I want a square, and I'll do the square that's too big, and then I'll draw it pretty much as it's shown in the sample. There we go. So I'll go back to the lowercase letters 3-line background. Okay, so now I'll bring up the settings window again and go to the Sounds tab. The Sounds tab allow you to have a sound file played or have speech automatically spoken by the computer when a letter is considered to be correct or incorrect, if you'd like. People don't tend to have the option used when letters are incorrect, but they do tend to use it when a letter is considered to be correct. Now, to have a sound file played, you would select the file, just like you would select any other file in a program on the computer. But for speech, if you click here and you type some text there, like well done or great job, that will be spoken by the computer. It will use the computer's default voice, which you might find to be not sufficient quality for use, but there are voices available on the internet for relatively low prices, which can be very helpful here. Now I'll go to the Colours tab there. You can change the colour of the ink, so for example perhaps I'd like it to be green, and the colour of the text that's shown, so I'd like that to be red, say. So you'll notice the ink is now green, similarly the ink that I use over here, and the text is shown in red. And the next tab is the Feedback tab, and this controls the speed of some of the things that happen on the screen. So for example, if the sample letter is being written too fast, you might want to slow that down. Previously it was 2 seconds, I'm going to say make it 5 seconds. Or perhaps the time that Herbi smiles is too short. I'd like that to be 4 seconds, say. So we'll click OK. And the letter is taking 5 seconds to be drawn out now rather than 2. If I do that, Herbi will now smile for 5 seconds rather than 2. And again, you can change this to meet the preferences of your student. I'll change it back to what it was. And there are some other things you can do on this tab here to control other things that happen in the Herbi Writer software. So the next tab is the Game tab, and this allows you to have some text shown on the screen when a game is complete. So here, when a game is complete, it will say well done, but you could change that text to include perhaps the name of the student. So there we have an introduction into the settings available in Herbi Writer. We have the ability to change the evaluation level for beginner, intermediate and advanced students, the layout to help students using smartboards or left-handed or right-handed students, picking different sets of letters or backgrounds, or limiting the letters shown in Herbi Writer, having speech played when a student gets a letter correct. You can change the colours shown by Herbi Writer for the ink and the text. You can speed up or slow down things that happen on the screen. You can change the message shown when the student completes a game. And you can change the colour and size of the dot used for tracing and the number of times an incorrect letter is repeated. If you have additional requests for settings in Herbi Writer, please do let me know. My email address is barker@herbi.org and I will do my best to incorporate your feedback into Herbi Writer.